So, as a lot of you guys may know, for Christmas, I actually ended up getting a Game Boy player for Christmas. First off, this is actually a review on how to play your Game Boy games and Game Boy Color games on the Nintendo Gamecube, like Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, whatever. So here we have the Game Boy player system itself, and the way you set it up is, well, basically to set it up, the front of the system, this is the front part of the system, the part where the game cartridge, the part where the game cartridge is at has to be facing the front of the GameCube, the slot A, slot B, and the controller or whatever. That has to be facing up front. Now, when you come underneath the GameCube, you will see that right here, there are like three little pieces of the component, the serial port 1, 2, and high speed port pieces that are like part of the Nintendo Gamecube system itself. You'll probably end up seeing pieces of those underneath, and what you do is you gotta take these pieces off one by one. I probably don't have them in the place they're normally at, but you basically get the point. You take these pieces off. The Game Boy player system, I'm trying to be careful not to break this, but the Game Boy player system is basically supposed to be facing this way in front of the system. The cartridge slot is supposed to be facing the front of where the memory cards and controller slots are. So basically, if you have that part set up, then you're pretty much good to go on playing Game Boy games, like Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color games on your GameCube. Now, another little accessory you should probably also know is we have the Game Boy adapter, where you can play your Game Boy Advance or regular Game Boy or Game Boy Advance SP on this thing. This little cord right here, you connect to the Game Boy Advance SP. This cord, little adapter thing, you just plug it into the GameCube, and then you're pretty much set to go. Now I just need to go and find a Game Boy Advance to show you guys like where you're supposed to connect it, and let's go on and get right to that. Alright, so here I have the Game Boy case. This is where you can put your Game Boy games and crap in here. This isn't actually exactly my case. First off, this is my little brother's. Here's the Game Boy that used to belong to me, but now I gave it to my little brother because I actually got a different Game Boy. Or so I did, the black Game Boy. I had a black Game Boy of my own that I actually ended up getting. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work now because it doesn't seem to want to charge. But what you're supposed to do with this now, as I'm going to try to show you, you see this little slot right here? I'm trying to point where, it's hard to film while trying to show you guys this, but this little piece right here goes right into that little slot right there. So I'm trying to do this while filming, but this is kind of difficult for me, so no guarantees if I can try to get it in, but like I said, this is pretty difficult for me, so let's see if I can get it in while I have it caught on camera. Crap. Again, it may take a while to get it in, but once it's in, alright, there we go, so it's in place. So once you have it in place, you're pretty much all set. Now let's get to putting in a game. Alright, so here we have a different variety selection of games. I don't know which one I'll show for example. You know, I'll use Mario Kart Super Circuit for example, just to show you guys, well, actually no, I'll use never mind, I'll use Super Mario Advance for example. You can't really see the game that well, but it's there. I should also let you guys know too, the Game Boy player does not support Game Boy video games, so if you attempt to play a Game Boy video game on here, well, let's cut to the chase and see what happens when we do that, shall we? So yeah, as you have saw on the screen there, yes, unfortunately Game Boy video games like Shrek 1, this is actually, by the way, this movie right here, Shrek, is actually the full-length movie, the very first movie basically. It's basically, you can actually watch this movie on your Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Advance SP, apparently you can't really watch it on your Game Boy player. You can't watch it on the big screen, so that sucks. So unfortunately you have to, in order to watch it on the big screen, you have to buy the DVD itself. I mean, that's obviously why they have Shrek movies for DVD. I mean, if it was compatible on Game Boy player, it probably would have been a lot more expensive than it normally would be. But yeah, as you saw, Game Boy video games are not, unfortunately, compatible with Game Boy players. So with stuff like this, this pretty much makes the Game Boy video games like Shrek 1 nothing more but a piece of fucking shit. So yeah, with that said and done, we're not Shrek. Since Shrek doesn't work, I'll show you another game that could probably work. Let's do an old game that I did before on my channel before, Super Mario Advance. So let me show you a game that will actually work and how well it works. So yeah, let's get to that. Oh wait, but I forgotten to mention one more thing before I actually even showed you guys what happens when you attempt to play a Game Boy video game on the Game Boy player. Unfortunately, we need this in order for the Game Boy games to actually work properly on the GameCube. You don't just need the Game Boy player system, but you also need a Game Boy player startup disc. So, with that said, let's get this piece of crap out and open up the system, and then, yep. So once that's in, you're pretty much set. But wait, we gotta make sure a game is inserted before we can do that. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is put in Super Mario Advance. By the way, you can also eject the Game Boy games. You know how normally when you play a Game Boy game, you have to pull the cartridge out with your hands and crap? Well, you can actually eject it using this eject button over here, which I don't think you can see it, but it's right here. If you see where my finger's at, you can use this eject button. You slide it to the left, and then this is what happens. The game will basically slide out. Now, let's do that again from the Game Boy game itself up front. See? That's pretty much how you do it, which is actually pretty inconvenient because half the time when I try to pull the game out, I have to yank it out with my hand, or half the time, which gets really annoying, and you know, it can be pretty bad on the system if you do that. Now, one thing I've also been trying to figure out is I don't even know what the hell this little what you would call it slot thingy is here for. This little EXT thing, I don't know what that's about. If you guys have any idea what that is or whatever, feel free to comment below this video because I have no idea what the hell that actually is. So, enough fooling around, let's actually start trying out some Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color games finally, before I end up dying of boredom. Alright, so on the startup menu, if you didn't see part 1 of my Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Dark story, there's a little secret on the GameCube where you can actually hold the Z button and you, basically the little monkey children sound effect occurs, or whatever you call it. So here's what the Game Boy Advance games look like on the big screen. And let me show you what the audio's like too. So what you just saw there was the awesome audio of the Game Boy player. Now, check out this awesome quality. I mean, this is way better compared to the Game Boy Advance quality. I mean, look how shit that is. Like, come on, really? And by the way, you can actually play the either Game Boy or Game Boy. You can play either Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color games, either using a Nintendo Gamecube controller or the Advance or Advance SP system itself. So you don't actually have to exactly use the Game Boy Advance SP, let alone need an adapter that's just optional if you actually rather play the Game Boy Advance or Color games using the Game Boy Advance SP or Advance or whatever. Now, there is one thing you should know. If by any chance you were wanting to play the Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color games using the Game Boy Advance / SP or whatever, there's a certain way on how you do it. First off, you don't start up the Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Advance SP first. You turn on your GameCube while the Game Boy Player startup disc is in, and while the Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color cartridge is inserted in the Game Boy Player. If you manage to do that, that's good. That's step one. Now, step two on playing the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color's game is you make sure your system is plugged in. And of course, I'm being an idiot and unplugged it, but basically, here's what it would be like when you are playing it with the Game Boy Advance SP or whatever. So, basically, if you pull that off, if the Game Boy Advance system, this is pretty much what happens when you play a Game Boy Advance game or a Game Boy Color game using this system rather than the GameCube controller. When the system starts up, the Nintendo logo won't pop up right away, but after the Game Boy logo pops up, then the Nintendo logo pops up. If that pops up and you hear that little, let's repeat that sound again, because I'm sure not very many of you guys heard that. If you hear that little sound effect, then you basically got step two right. And if the Game Boy Player screen is showing right there, then you basically you just figured out, or you just now have succeeded on playing Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color games using the Game Boy Advance SP / Advance, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's the same thing. You guys get the point, but let's get into the game. So here is what it's like using the Game Boy Advance SP. I mean, you don't have very many buttons. All you got is in control pad A and B. It's just the same as it would be if you were playing it on the system itself. Only difference is you're basically playing it on a much bigger screen. Unlike this is way too small and way too crappy of a quality even for my camera to even handle. But this quality, this is something that my camera can live with. So let's get into the game. Alright, so basically get the usual options, choosing a game. First off, I want to ask you guys a little question. Should I redo Super Mario Advance 1 in much better high definition quality? I mean, look at this quality. I mean, isn't it just that great? I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be asking me to redo this game in much better kick-ass quality and all that type of crap. I mean, if you didn't see my Super Mario Advance playthrough where I did it on this Game Boy system, yeah, the quality, I mean, it was great and all, but I feel as if I can make it look better, like, make it look this better, I guess you could say. So, yeah. Anyways, let's try out a couple other games real quick before I end the review off, shall we? Alright, so, to change out the Game Boy Advance game or whatever, now, unfortunately, you need the GameCube controller in order to do this, but basically, with your GameCube controller, you can press the Z button and it'll bring up the options menu. Now, I should probably show you guys the options menu before I show you another game. Here, you can change the game package without turning the GameCube system off by going to the change game pack option. The timer, I kind of forget what the timer is for. I think that's like a sleep mode kind of timer, like the timer for like how long the system goes up until sleep mode occurs. Sleep mode only goes off if you have your game set to go in sleep mode automatically. So yeah, and the screen filter, you could basically mess around with that. You got sharp, you got soft, you got normal. You can mess with the controls on this. The select button can be L and R, or yeah. But basically, you get the point on that, and I know the cutscenes of Super Mario Advance is playing in the background. It'll always keep on repeating itself whenever you don't press the start button or whatever. Here's the screen size. You can put it to normal. This is pretty much what it looks like in normal mode. I mean, it's pretty small, but you can make it bigger by going in full mode. Now, see, that looks better in full mode. Now, here is the frames. Actually, I'm gonna go into normal in a sec. Here's what the frame looks. Here's what frame 19 looks like. This is a picture of the GameCube. you can basically mess around with the frames. I'll try to show as many as I can. This is actually a really cool frame, the space frame. It's kind of like a Super Mario Galaxy-like frame. But yeah, I'm just showing you guys what each frame's like. This one actually looks pretty good. I actually like that one. And so 14's actually pretty cool. It's all techno-like, and so is the 13 as well. Now 13 looks pretty kick-ass, and there's 12. 12 looks pretty decent. I admire 12. Same with 11. 11 looks nice. 10's actually pretty good. I mean, look at it. It's kind of like the background on this is kind of like the shape, like the colors of a birthday present or Christmas present or whatever. Same with 9. I don't know how else to describe some of these. I mean, some of these are kind of hard to describe. This is stuff you could use as wallpaper, like on your computer or whatever. So, really nothing else to say. This one actually looks nice. It's all a little military-like, the military background. And here's a cool one. A gray Game Boy Advance SP, kind of like my SP right here. Well, it used to be mine until I gave it to my little brother, because I ended up getting a different Game Boy Advance SP, which was a black one. So yeah, basically, the point is, you get the point on what each frame is like. And here's what, see, basically, that's pretty much all the frames. I kind of like 20 because, I don't know, it's all black, and black happens to be my favorite color. So is green, but, like, basically, this is pretty much what the screen's gonna look like when I'm doing the Game Boy Advance walkthroughs and Game Boy Color playthroughs on my TV. This is pretty much what the size of the screen will look like when I do that, because, you know, I don't want any little background and stuff flowing around on the playthrough, so that's why I'm just gonna have it looking like this, just for whatever reason, because I just feel like it. Anyways, now let's get to changing the game out. Now, here, to change the game out, you click on Change Game, and it'll ask, would you like to quit the game and change packs? The game progress will not be saved. So make sure you save the game before changing out the game package. Otherwise, yep, you'll just lose your progress. So let's select yes. And try to put in another game, if I can actually find where I put all my SP games. Oh, here they are. I forgot I left them over there. Ah, dang it, I didn't have enough time to change it. And yeah, if you don't put in a game in fast enough, it'll just ask you to put in, it'll just pop up on that screen. Alright, so here's another game I want to show you guys real quick. Because this is another game I won't be doing anytime soon. So I just want to show you guys this game real quick. Mario Kart Super Circuit. So let's go in here and have a little looky at this game. You got a lot of difficulties, 50cc, 100cc. I haven't really beaten the 50cc class, and that's because this game is actually a really hard game. Like, this is like way harder than Mario Kart 64. Like, if you thought Mario Kart 64 was pretty hard, nah, get a load of this. Now, don't ask about this special cup. That was not me who got this E rank or that silver cup. That was some other person who had this game. I basically got this game used, so do not ask about this little silver trophy. That was not me. That was some other person who had this game and all that type of crap. So that's Mario Kart Super Circuit. Let me show you guys Super Mario Bros. 3 real quick. Alright, so yep, I'm going to show you guys Super Mario Bros. 3, and then I'm going to end the review off. So, Nintendo presents. Alright, I'm not showing that cutscene because, you know what? You guys can see that, you'll be seeing that cutscene again when I do the walkthrough of this game. But, yeah, let's have a looky at this game, shall we? Now, I actually have a question for some of you guys out there, and I kind of need your help on. I try selecting this level card, and for whatever reason, I can't access any of the levels of World E. Like, do you guys have any idea how to work World E? Because look, I don't have any access to any of these levels. So, if you guys have any idea on how to work World E or how to access it, please let me know in the comments, because I don't want to end up doing this like on an emulator. I want to try to do it on the Game Boy player if I can. So, help me out on that if you guys can. But, here, let's have a look at Super Mario Bros. 3. Whoopsies. Here you basically have the selection of 3 different files. As you can see, this is my 100% file of me beating all the levels and crap. You could play as either Mario or Luigi. I'm going to pick Mario and Luigi because I happen to enjoy playing as Luigi more than Mario. So let's start off at World 1. This is basically World 1. This is basically what the game looks like when you beat all the levels. You can see the levels are all gold instead of blue. This is pretty much what it's like when you beat this game. So, I'll just show you guys, maybe a rundown of what this game looks like. And yeah, I'll be playing as Luigi because that's who I ended up playing as when I beated this game. Yes, that is just what I needed. But yeah, basically, you got the raccoon tail. That's normally not what you get at the start of the level. Normally you get a mushroom there, but yeah. Up here you have the usual 5 1-up things, so. And then over here you just fly across and then you'll come down this pipe and grab some coins if you want. I'm not gonna grab them all. But basically, that's basically what Super Mario Bros. 3 is like. Here at the end of the level, you have the little, return to the, oh yeah, you can return to the map if you want to. I'm not really gonna show you guys. Basically, that little square box thingy at the end of the level, you basically jump on that and you basically get a little card. And there's actually 3 little card panels you can get. Basically, if you match all 3 of them, you get 5 1-ups. And I'm gonna thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next review, because I don't have much time else to say. Alright, so as I was saying before I got interrupted there, I don't even know what else I was saying, but basically, no, I'm not going to end the review off just yet. So yeah, basically, what you saw there was just a look at the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color games on the big screen TV. Yeah, I just want to let you guys know right now in the comments box, let me know right now if I should redo Super Mario Advance with better quality, because I feel awfully bad right now that the quality on there just isn't that great. I mean, at least you guys can see most of the game. It's just, to me, I feel as if I can make the quality a little bit better. Not like better like where I could use a capture card, but just as better as I can make it, okay? And yeah, I can use a capture card to record Game Boy player games or GameCube games or whatever. I just don't have the money for one, but just let me know right now if I should just redo Super Mario Advance on the Game Boy player / GameCube or whatever in the comments box right now. And if a lot of you guys say yes, redo Super Mario Advance on the Game Boy player, then I'll just remove the excuse me, I'll just remove the original 7 videos and I'll just replace them with higher definition quality. I'll still try to record them with the same parts as usual. Like, I'll still try to record it all in 7 parts like I did with the Game Boy Advance version. Just the only difference is the quality will just be much more better than it was before, so yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this review. I don't know when I'm gonna do another review, but I don't know. The reason I wanted to do this review personally was because, I mean, I thought a lot of you guys, I felt like I should show you guys how the Game Boy Advance games work on the TV screen. Because yeah, you don't just play them on the Game Boy Advance system itself. You could play it on the big screen TV if you want. Like, play it on the big screen. Like, for those who have a really hard time seeing small screens or whatever, like Game Boy Advance, basically, the Game Boy player and GameCube is the thing for you. So, yeah. Now, that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this review. Again, I'm not going to always be uploading these reviews, but I'm mostly uploading this because I have one subscriber of mine who enjoys me doing these reviews personally, and that person is Vex Gamer Show. So, pretty much he's the one who's been, like, I wouldn't say inspiring me to do reviews, but he's just the one who who likes reviews, and I figured that the only way he'll just stay on my channel and tune into more of my videos is if I upload reviews. I mean, he'll mostly tune into videos like those, but any walkthrough kind of crap, he won't really bother watching that, but yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and again, just stay tuned, and I'll see you guys whenever I feel like doing another review. Also, be sure to check out the last story of my Sonic Adventure 2 battle playthrough when that comes out. So, yeah, other than that, that's it, guys. Peace out, and I'll see you all next time.